Hello and welcome to Channel Sports on Sunday. We are back. I'm Ken Ochonogo. Apologies, weren't here last week. I think I want to make this request to you guys there. First of all, I want to say thank you a lot for those of you who called in and said, Ken, what is happening in your show? It's like we didn't see you 2 weeks ago. We didn't see you last week. What is happening? It was a terrible traffic, and then it stopped all movements from everywhere. The policies in the state now in Lagos, normally we can just park the car and then, take those bikes and fly over. But then that is illegal. Right now, even if you fly, let me just give you that as an information for you, most of you fly Okada. Because even if, the former if I don't want to confiscate the bike, but now you, the rider, also the passenger, they're bound to prosecute you. So you just have to, after hours and hours of being on the way, there was nothing we could do. We couldn't teleport ourselves right here to the studio. So it means we just have to get something to put in there for you guys to feel. But I'm back with my team, and we you don't understand it. We miss you more than you miss us. We just like to be here and talk sport with you, interact with you, and that is kind of the highlights of our week. But then we left on a high. We left on a Super Sunday, because that was what Bambo called it. We were saying after 39 good years without a gold medal, how are we going to do it? I mean, we looked at all possibilities. The 14th editions have already gone, and at the World Athletic Championship, the Kenyans are riding high. Everybody's everywhere. The way was Nigeria. And then, he said today might be the day. And I want to start with this tweet, because they said positive thinking. I think the power of, I don't know what I can't remember the author now, the power of positive thinking, that you speak it into existence. On November the 8th, 2016, Tobi Amusan, on her Facebook page, she said, I'm unknown now. I wish we can we get that? If we can get that tweet, we could get that tweet. I want to see, because I want to speak that. I want to say, if we can get that tweet word for word. But we will get it and bring it back to you. She said, I'm unknown now, but I will persist until I am known. You understand? I will persist until I am known. That was in 2016. Fast forward to 6 years later, she was right there with the Chinese, the world record holder. She said, I am with the world record holder, with the incoming. I tell you that she spoke that about 24 hours to when she was to break the record. But then she was sending those messages. We were not listening. We were saying, how can you do that? How can you have that self-belief? No Nigerian has ever held a world record at the World Championship. We've not even won a gold. And you are telling us that, yes, in the incoming recorder, the self-belief, I tell you, this is something that, if you ignore that, setting that, look, I know where I'm going to. I am Tobi Amusan, and I'm going to be the world champion. I am going to be the world record holder. And then that was exactly what she did. And then remember that we also showed you, like we normally do here, we brought in the all-time medals table, and Nigeria was languishing at number 75. We were 75th in the world. We've got, we have not. It was just silver, silver and bronze, almost. But then Tobi did it, and then we catapulted from number 75. Right now, I can proudly tell you that we are 59th. We are all, we have crossed 60. We are not in top C. We are not in the 60th again. And that is how it is going to be. Then it's from Tobi to Tobi, because, earlier today, she also did it right there at the Commonwealth Games taking place in Birmingham. So what do you see? We stopped at Tobi. Okay, yeah, here it is. That is the tweet. Tio is here. Let you take that tweet.
Not now, but soon I will be unforgettable. I will persist until I succeed.
I will persist until I succeed. And with that, persistence, we go straight to Washington, because he said it. He called it right on this show. He said, today is the Super Sunday. Nigeria will get it. I'm seeing Tobi, I am seeing Essay, and I tell you, those were the 2 medalists, and it came in. Okay, take that. That's the world record. That is,
yes. The first tweet was about 6 years ago, and then world record, Tobi Amusan destroys the world 100 meters hurdles record in 12.12. in
12 seconds. 12 seconds. She did it.
In the semis. And
yeah, that was in the semis.
That was.
She ran 12:06 in the final.
Exactly.
And they said,
it was wind assisted.
But we have the time.
Yeah,
Forget the win. We have the time. We have the time. Let's go straight. Calm down. Let's go straight to Washington because we have the man. The man I would love to have on this show. The man who calls it. The man who does it. The man who spends his time and spends his money to say that athletics moves forward. Yes, he is the CEO of Making of Champions. He is a champion. If you're not a champion, you can't make champions. Let's go and see Adebambo Akoni. Hello, Bams. How are you?
As always. And what a great Super Sunday Part 2 we're about to have.
Oh, yeah. Super Sunday Part 2. Now, before we go to the Part 2, take us back to Part 1. Take us back. You called it here 2 Sundays ago. At about this time, you were saying it, that it was going to happen, and it did happen, Bambo.
Yes, I think we saw from the heats at Oregon when Tobi set the African record, basically jogging and wishing she hadn't run that fast so that she doesn't show too much of what was about to happen. I think we knew already that she was a gold medal contender, but I think the world record took all of us by surprise, everyone apart from Tobi herself, obviously, I'll probably send you a video. We even did an interview with her 5 years ago at Teslim Balogun Stadium in Lagos. And in that video, our reporter Yemi asked Tobi, what do you think about running with the world record holder, Kendra Harrison? And Tobi said, look, the only difference is that she doesn't have a record yet, that maybe she'll take it. Oh, I'm just joking, So she said it 5 years ago, to our interviewers, as if it was a joke. And now it has come to pass. So that's really, really incredible to see.
Bambo, let's take it this way. She said it 5 years ago. On her tweet, she said 6 years ago, exactly on November the 8th, 2016, she said, I am unknown now, but I will be known. And I will persist until I get known. What has self-belief, what role does self-belief play in those great athletes? Look at it here. She said, unknown now. But I will be unforgettable. I will persist until, I succeed. I mean, that November the 8th, 2016, Bambo. Well, I mean, this is self-belief. What true? I mean, you go over there, you see, can I do it or I'm going to do it? How the psychologists, how do they put this on the athletes?
Well, let's take a step back. Yeah. And recognize that Nigeria now owns the world record in a sport, in an event that maybe only 20 girls in the whole of Nigeria are practicing right now, right? Let that sink in, right? And it shows you the level of self-belief that Tobi has needed to get to this point, right? When you look at the 4th place finishes in the World Championships in Doha 2019, at the Olympics in Tokyo last year, those heavy disappointments. Will I ever get onto the podium? And we are here hoping that she can make the podium. And she is there talking about becoming the incoming world record holder, right? So I think that is a level of self-belief that I think is part of what makes her a great champion and is part of what makes her already the greatest athlete in Nigeria's history.
Already the greatest athletes, because I mean this is the first time we're having a world record holder right there on the track. And you said it, was she going to make up the video? I mean, I will search for that tweet because she was coming forth. She said, I was, always I'm the nearly woman, I'm the nearly one. But right now, in terms of those persistence, she didn't just make the podium, she made the podium. You understand? She didn't make a podium. She made the podium. All right. Okay. Ese also did us proud, with the long jump. Can you take us through that?
I mean, what an amazing, consistent athlete, Ese Brumer. Winning that silver in Oregon. 7:02 was the jump. I think Milaika Mehambo, the German, won the gold, and she's the only athlete, I think, ahead of Ese in the women's long jump at the moment. So it's really great to see that. Ese was the Commonwealth Games champion in 2014 in Glasgow. I was in the stadium that night. I proudly sang the national anthem when she won gold that year. And hopefully we can look forward to seeing her getting back the gold later on this evening. What a fantastic athlete for Nigeria. We can only hope that next year and the Olympics, she can upgrade from bronze to silver and then finally to gold.
Okay, because we don't want to take you too much today, but then when we have you until we can release you. Okay, transiting from one Super Sunday to another Super Sunday, Bambo, do it smoothly for us.
So very smoothly, the last Super Sunday, I predicted 1 gold and 1 silver, and that came to pass.
Yeah.
Today, we have 1 gold in the bag already.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say 1 more gold and 2 silvers. So this Super Sunday will be double portion, 2 gold, 2 silver. That's what I'm predicting. In about 10 minutes, we have the final of the women's 4x1. Yeah. Nigeria is definitely one of the medal favorites with Jamaica and England. I think silver, is realistic. But look, once you are a silver medal contender, you could get the gold. So my head is saying silver, but hey, maybe we can carry 4 gold medals today. Who knows? But let me not be greedy. Let me say 2 gold and 2 silver. Then after the women's 4x1.
Yes. Okay. Go. No, I wanted to ask you before you go to that. I was saying in the semifinals, our anchor for the for that 4x1. I mean, it's like she's all. I don't know. I'm trying to get the word she used. I want to use in describing what she did. In Nigeria coming tops in that particular qualifier to finish top. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, our women's team, they finished 4th in the World Championships and African records. It was Joydo Gabriel, Favour Fili, Rosemary Chukuma, and Grace Nwokocha. They ran a fantastic time. Who would have thought that they would beat the time of the golden bronze girls from the Barcelona Olympics, Mary Onyali and the rest of the team? Yeah. So I think we could see another African record in the next 10 minutes. It'll be tough. It's been a long season. So maybe they might not get to the 42.22 that they ran in Oregon. But anything below 42.5 should be enough for a medal. And like I said, I'm expecting to see England and Jamaica. I mean, Jamaica will be there. Obviously, Elaine Thompson-Herah is going for 3 golds at this Commonwealth. So they'll be tough to beat. But, I think the Nigerian girls are up to the task to fight for a medal. And then a few minutes later, just before the hour, in less than half an hour, we've got the men as well going. They look great in the heats. I think they fixed some of the challenges and problems they had from Oregon. I think they should be a medal contender as well, along with England and Kenya. My head says it might be silver behind England, but look, as a silver medal contender, you could also win gold. So let's see what they put together. I think Udodi Onwuzurike is probably coming in for our former national champion, Shea Ogunlewe, possibly on the anchor, I think, from looking at the start list. And then the other 3 legs, I think, will be unchanged from the heats, which will be Raymond Ekenwo, Favour Ashe, our national champion, and Alaba Akintola, who had quite a journey to eventually get to the Commonwealth Games to compete in the 200. So it's going to be an exciting Sunday. Hopefully it will be our Super Sunday Part 2, double portion of what we had 2 weeks ago. Let's see.
Double portion. I mean, when sometimes I don't know whether it is advisable to watch the semi-finals, because when you were talking about the Kenyans, Omayala, what is his name? My guy, that Shea was able to hold, hold him off. The guy was coming as like, I don't know what a locomotive. Locomotive is old school. What is it?
Yeah. I don't think the Kenyans. I don't think the Kenyans can beat us just because they have the Commonwealth champion. Our team is too strong. Should be too strong if we get to stick around. I mean, we have a season's best of 38.35. I think the Kenyans are back at 38.8. So if we do close to our season's best, we should be fighting for gold. Gold or silver. Yeah. And then you've got the English as well. Who have a couple of, Nigerian-born athletes on their team, like Edebo Rune and a follow as well.
And they were
so
scary.
You know, there will be big
They were scary in
well.
that semi-final. They were scary in that semi-final, Bambo. They were scary. But like you said, let's just go there.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared. We are coming to carry the medals.
There was some talk about maybe Tobi being part of the relay team. Are they drafting her in?
I haven't looked at the start list. I guess we'll know in a few minutes. Okay. I suspect, I don't want to be drawn on that, but it would be a very interesting thing if she has been practicing with the team and was ready to take a leg there. Then we could be looking.
Run flat without the hurdles.
Oh, yeah, because she's been on the team since 2018. Remember, she's the bronze medalist in the relay from the last Commonwealth Games. So I don't know whether she trained with the team at all. If she hasn't trained with them at all, then it might be risky to bring her in now. But yes, if we want to get another African record, maybe get a gold ahead of Jamaica, then it would not be a bad idea to have drafted her into the team. Let's see what happens in the next few minutes. Yeah, in the next 5 minutes.
In the next 5 minutes, training is key. Training is key because of baton exchange. You know, it has to go smoothly, and I think.
Okay, and I will just say I just looked at the start list, and it does look as if Tobi will be running. I think they have substituted Joy Gabriel out for Tobi Amusan. So
for the first leg,
maybe for the first leg, I think it's a good sub, right? Joy's best this season is 11.4. Tobi's best this season is 11.1. So we could have 0.3 of a second getting it back there, and Tobi's in the form of her life. So. I mean, Tobi is probably a sub-11 100-meter runner. She hasn't been running the 100. Yes. So let's see how they shape up. I mean, I think the easiest thing to do would just be to have Tobi on the first leg. In the past, Tobi was running the third leg, that curve for Nigeria. But I would want them to minimize the changes. And if she starts the race, hands it off to the second leg runner, Favour Ofili, then yes, we could be seeing an African record. And, you know, maybe the gold is coming to Nigeria. Let's see.
I'm telling to keep you. I know why this race is on. You just mentioned Favour. You just mentioned Favour Ofili. Silver medalist. In the 200. How does it? I mean, she's 19. Ellen Thompson is 30. 11 years in between. In the next 2-3 years, where do you see Favour Ofili in the scheme of things?
Well, you know, I think we've already christened Favour Ofili our star girl for Nigeria, you know, winning an amazing silver yesterday, coming off a very long NCAA season. I mean, the sky, you know, beyond the sky is the limit for Favour Ofili. I think we're going to see her in world and Olympic finals over the next couple of years in the 200 meters. You know, already having a silver from these Commonwealth Games in the next few minutes, hopefully about to get a gold in the relay, fingers crossed. And that's going to really just, you know, Tobi's world record and the fantastic performances of athletes like Favour Ofili, Favour Ashe, Udodi Muzurike, all very young athletes in the NCAA. I mean, this is going to be a golden decade for Nigeria. When you think about the fact that some of these kids are going to be around for the next 10 years plus, it's really, really exciting to think about. Nigeria's team at the Olympics in 2024, 2028. And like I said, bringing this full circle, if you look at hurdling in Nigeria, maybe 20 girls hurdle in Nigeria.
Exactly.
How is that about to change right now because of Tobi, right? The interest and participation in athletics in Nigeria is about to explode at all levels. And, you know, really looking forward to seeing that.
I think I'm also, you see, sometimes when you talk, you know, the brain, you call some brain waves, because I'm already imagining at the making of champions, Channels Television, bringing Tobi Amusan, go around the country and see how many hurdles, you know, they can buy in each school, you know, so that we can get from the, you know, the ripple effect of, you know, of this thing, because it is all this gaining currency. Tobi is not back to the country yet. From Oregon, she's going to Birmingham. By the time she comes in, let us see if we can have maybe how many schools in Nigeria who will now have hurdles, you understand, as all those take, and then with Tobi going there to do seminars and, you know, teach them how the techniques and stuff like that. Just her presence alone, is going to inspire a lot of young girls and boys also who will be doing hurdles. Just by our side, England just won the women Euros, and every day you watch all their stations, they are keep telling you kids who wants to play football. They go be inspired by a generation, that have just done that. I don't want to compare notes, but it looks like almost all the medals we are getting, 80% or so the medals we are getting are coming from our female. What was the issue? I mean, I don't. I'm bringing out my voice now because I'm talking with confidence. This is a confidential discussion. What is happening to we? What is happening? We are going on a short break. We're going on a short break. When we come back, if I still have you will take that particular answer. Stay with us. This is Channel Sport on Sunday.
At the World Championships in Oregon, Ese Brume and Ruth Usoro made history when they qualified for the final of the long jump event. In Birmingham, they've done it again. Ask me to show you a consistent Nigerian athlete who can medal at any competition, and I'll point to Ese Brume. Brume won gold at the 2014 Commonwealth Games. She missed the 2018 edition, but went on to win bronze at the 2019 World Championships and another at the Tokyo Olympics. Recently, she won a silver medal at the World Championships in Oregon. Is Commonwealth a sure goal?
Sure. God did not let his children down. This is the way we evangelize. I want to see how perfect it is in my head.
Always cheerful and a hard worker, she is determined to keep winning. Ruth Usoro is a medal prospect for Team Nigeria.
Open in front of you. Open in front of you.
In February last year, Usoro jumped 6.82 meters to meet the qualifying standard for the Tokyo Olympic Games.
Okay, once you take it, open it in front of you.
It was an amazing experience in Oregon. That was my first World Championship ever in my life. So it was a great experience. I learned so much. Sharing the track with someone I always look up to, which is Ese Brume, and also other great athletes. So it was amazing to be there. It's just an honor and a blessing from God.
You didn't hop. You stepped all the way through.
Yes, I don't have hop.
At that World Championship in Oregon, she leaped 6.69 meters to reach the finals, and she's hopeful of leaving Birmingham with a sweet story.
Don't look. Don't look.
Ese Brume and Ruth Usoro are sure medal hopefuls for Team Nigeria. With Brume's consistency and Usoro's determination, they can produce a double delight on Sunday. From the Alexander Stadium in Birmingham, Austin Okonakpan, Channels Television News.
All right, welcome back. While this is going on, I've been watching Bambo. We're trying to see if I can read anything on his face, on his expression. Bambo, where are we? Hello. I can't hear you. The mic is your
Okay.
mic. Okay,
I'm back.
All right. Oh, hey, you're back. Yes, yes.
At this stage, I'm waiting for you to report it as well, because over here in the US we don't get live coverage of the Commonwealth Games. We are not concerned with the Commonwealth Games, so I'm waiting for you to tell me what's happened in the race.
We just have the guys. We need to report this. What is happening? Can I have an update? I'm right here in this studio. I'm not feeling comfortable at all. I'm all expectations. I don't know what is going on there. Guys, please, can you update us? What is happening? Have they started the race? I don't started the race, please. I don't know. Okay, Baba asked you a question. While we are waiting to get fillers right here from our studio and just joining us here. I asked you before we went on break what is happening with the 4x1 men.
Looks like a bronze medal.
We got a bronze medal. We came third. We came third. Okay, so we're wearing 4x1. Who is this? England, Jamaica, or Jamaica, England? But I know. Yeah. we came toward there. We came toward there. Another bronze have just been added. Our medal tally is going up. Earlier this today it was 30. I think 31, 32 now. We should be going. Let us see if we can get to 35 before. It will be there because we still have boxers and other persons. He said we have a bronze medal from the 4x1 men. 4x1 men. We have a bronze medal. Well,
it's not the silver I predicted, but I think we'll take the bronze, and maybe the girls can balance it out and go and get the gold. Let's see.
Yeah, maybe the girls, and then it's now tilted. I hope you're not tilting to the question I asked you. What are the boys doing? I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah. You know, as you can see, like, we're depending on the girls to go and get the gold. I think I could be wrong, but from the coverage so far, I think all our gold medals at this Commonwealth Games have been from the women. You know, so we've seen a lot of funny statements and jokes online about maybe who should be running Nigeria. I don't know, you know. But on a serious note, I think that women's sports has always thrived in Nigeria in a way that the men's haven't. I'm not sure what the reasons are, but you know, when we started making of champions, we wanted to make sure that talent was able to come out from both sides. So if you look at the way we supported our male athletes in Nigeria at home, the same way we supported the women, you can see that the likes of Favour Ashe, I mean, this is a boy who was in his house in Ughelli 4 years ago. Making of Champions came to Ughelli for a trial, carried him to Lagos, and 4 years later, he's Nigeria's fastest man, and he is at the World Championship, he's at the Commonwealth Games, just winning his first bronze medal. I mean, let that sink in. We're disappointed that they only won bronze. We're talking about kids like Favour Ashe and Udodi Onwuzurike, a 19-year-old in Stanford in America, who are now carrying the hopes of the nation on their shoulders. So let's not despise the small beginnings. You know, they are going somewhere. And when they arrive, it's going to be as loud as the women.
Okay. In terms of quality, what of quantity?
You know, the men's in athletics in Nigeria, for every woman participating, you have about 3 or 4 men, right? We can go to a competition and there's 500 athletes and 400 of them will be men. So there's no lack of quantity. What is missing in Nigeria is the willingness to shortlist the high potential ones and say, look, you need more help to get to where you can get to, right? Imagine if MOC hadn't been there to discover the likes of Favour Ashe and give him all the support he needed to be where he is today. He certainly wouldn't have arrived at that stage at the age of 20 years old, right? So that's all that's needed in Nigeria. We just need to have more competitions in the grassroots level, in the secondary schools. When we identify the athletes, look after them, support them, and in 3, 4, 5 years, you'll start seeing the same thing. I mean, another word on Tobi Amusan. Look at a world record holder now, 10 years after getting into athletics, in a sport, like I said, that maybe 20 girls at any one time in Nigeria are practicing. Yeah. What are the odds that out of those 20 girls, a world record holder could have come out from there? Now, imagine if 200 girls, 2,000 girls in Nigeria are practicing hurdles like they are in Kingston, Jamaica. It's going to be a scary prospect for the rest of the world. Yeah.
Mass participation. Not just not just in anything, even in trying to solve a problem. You generation of ideas. You bring them as much as before you start pruning them down and getting shifting the shaft out of the weight to get what the grains that you need. Okay, how soon before the female 4x1? Is it? Do we still have some time for that? How soon? When is that coming up?
we probably have, what, 10 more minutes to eat? I don't know.
Okay, all right. We keep you there. When it's time for you to leave, let us know. But I think we can just have the pleasure of having you behind. Let me come back to the studio because Theo is here. Theo, you've been following the conversation right here, and then another bronze added, and great expectations. I hope it is a realizable expectation for our girls in the 4x1. That will be the icing on the cake.
Okay, yes. I've been online. I've been looking at the banter that's been going on. Like you rightly put it, saying probably women should begin to run the country, or the men should hide their faces in shame. But I think you have to look at the state of our sports a couple of years ago and look at where we are right now, especially for athletics. And I think you can't help but agree with the fact that, yes, we are actually on the uprise right now. I was seeing what Tobi is doing, and the fact that over time, she actually spoke this into existence, you know, and it's been a lot of hard work. It's not just hoping and prayers. No, she has put in a lot of hard work, and then the self-belief was always there. We're looking at making of champions now. I'm seeing what Bambo is doing. He's been on the show a couple of times. Remember when he brought Joy Udo Gabriel down here, you know, and we get to see them go to championships and win medals, and we can only hope and pray that we get more people come in and do things like this. I was watching an interview on the Dynamite himself yesterday, Dan Igali, and this is 2022. The first time I met Dan was in 2012 at the National Sports Festival that I held in Lagos. The passion with which he spoke about wrestling back then, it's still the same passion after 10 years, after when I saw him the last time. You know, we can see the projection, the upward projection we've got it, especially from wrestling. But I'm almost always sure that whenever we have our wrestlers at any championship, they will...
Where are the 3 gold medals?
3 gold medals already. They will always deliver. You know, and we saw it at the Olympics. And then I didn't medal at the Olympics. I thought it was, she didn't place gold because she didn't medal at all.
It's a silver medal. She lost to Tamara.
You know, and it was quite hurtful. But we know when they come to these championships, I can almost always bet, I'm sure. And that's because of the level of work that has gone into making sure that these athletes make sure they go for championships, make sure they go for meets, you know, international meets. It's not cheap, it's not easy. But somehow we see these guys putting these things together, and I can only applaud them and hope that we will only continue to get upward projections as far as our sport is concerned.
Yes, that is what he said, and I know Bambo is there because Bambo, that I've been told that yes, the race is about to start. I would say that we are on our toes. We are going to break this news. I'm going to break it as it's happening right there in Birmingham. That is where it is happening. We are all ears, even right here in the studio, and following. Even we are not in the track there, we are here trying to see how Nigerians will receive the news of what is happening right there at Birmingham Commonwealth Games. But like we said, at the Commonwealth Games, we've always been doing well. When not much compared to those who have. I think we had going into this, we entered here with 70 gold medals in the last 21 editions of the Commonwealth Games. But in this one already, we already have 10 gold medals. So this is taking us to, we already go to 80 gold medals. You know, I mean, before now Kenya has 85, so we are just 5. If they add, I think we are reducing the gap on a lot of them. If we can continue, I think this should be one of the most successful Commonwealth Games that we have been. We've seen picking medals from gold medal from discus, gold medal from shot put. Our Paralympians have always been there to to help us. But right here, we are now saying, okay, in hurdles we are picking it. We still have to go for long jump where it says the defending champion. So let us see how. You know, this thing, I expect probably 1 or 2 more, like he's saying.
No, like Bambo, and he aptly put it. He said, when you have about just 20 females, you know, interested or actively participating in a sport or in a particular event, and as comparing that to people that we have to go up against that probably have 200 or 2,000 ladies participating in the same sport, but it's so far so good. Like I said, it's just been an upward projection, and we can only hope for more of this game.
We can only hope for more. Okay, we see. We also have to open the lines now for you guys who wants to join. I know this show Bambo is in Washington. We are here at the studio. The lines will be open. You join the conversation. The exchange of remotes have started now at homes from all those soap. It has now because football is back, and we feel guilty on this show because most times when football is back, of course, everybody come in here and they say what is happening to our football. But we tell this is Channel Sports Sunday, not Channel Football Sunday. So this show is sports. So those guys, all of you football lovers. We'll give you your football, the dosage that you need, but then just relax, understand yourself that the gold medal, just came, we're talking about the world records, it's not from football. So you guys will calm down. Just calm down. We have a world record. We have no world. If the day Super Eagles or Falcon go and win the World Cup, then you can compare with Tobi Amusan.
Yeah, Ken, when we was talking about football and at least no male footballer has won the African Footballer of the Year 5 times.
Of course.
So we still have to give it up to the women.
Before assistant, Perpetua and
was 4 times. Yeah. So you really cannot take it from our ladies.
Yeah, our ladies have always been doing us proud.
Yeah.
But then we're talking about the football matter now. The leagues are back, and then of course most of you here in Nigeria, you guys are EPL. You support the English Premier League. So today matches will be on. But then it started on Friday, and then the Gunners started on a very high note.
Yes, they did. Playing Crystal Palace, and everybody was looking forward to Starman. The new signing, Gabriel Jesus, probably gets on the score sheet. But it was another Brazilian, Gabriel Martinelli, that got pull one, and the opening goal. And I think the assist came from a new City signing. City signings, Zinchenko, he sent that one.
That's the first goal.
Yes.
He nodded it back.
Birich Easy probably would have pulled one back. Could have pulled, okay.
What is happening? What is happening? Guys, you guys are keeping us in tension.
Celebrations going on.
Is that a goal? It's a goal.
Goal medal.
Let us go back there. Come on. Where's Bambo? Give us the Bambo. Is it a gold medal? Confirm for us. It's a gold medal. Bambo, are you there?
Wow. It's amazing. Amazing. Exactly what I was saying before with Tobi coming into the team.
Yes.
This is a gold medal team. I'm just waiting to see the time. But it's fantastic.
The time? Bamba, I'm talking with this, the gold. Bamba is the gold.
Another African record. It's another African record. Look, this is exactly what I was saying. This is Nigeria's 11th gold at this Commonwealth Games.
Yes, 11.
My understanding is that I think we've only ever won 11 golds. So if we get another gold today, maybe from S.A. Brume, that would be the best Commonwealth Games Nigeria's ever had.
Yes.
But what a performance from these girls. I mean, we knew that they would be a medal contender, a gold medal contender. To break the African record again, Tobi Amusan, 2 gold medals in one day. I mean,
Super Sunday, oh my God. Super Sunday part 2.
Wow. Amazing.
It's quite amazing. It's incredible. It's incredible, Bambo.
Incredible.
It's a pleasure. Now we can say, okay, Bambo, you can go and rest. Give us your closing shot. Yes. Yeah,
I'll say kudos to the coaching team. They got it right with the men and women's 4x1 this time around. The women have been improving since Oregon till now. The men getting the bronze should be an encouragement. But what a great start to Super Sunday, right? Super Sunday part 2. 2 gold, 1 bronze. We're still waiting for S.A. Brume this evening. By the way, the men and women's 4x4, also the finals are coming up this evening. Nigeria is in both of them. Maybe the women can sneak another medal there. I'm not sure about the men, but let's keep encouraging them. We see a lot of fans online who sometimes insult or criticize athletes when they don't do well. But they should remember these athletes are the best in the world, best in the Commonwealth, and they are growing. The team is young, 19, 20-year-old kids. They should be encouraged. To reach for greater heights, and they will get there.
Bamba, end of Super Sunday part 2. We look forward to Super Sunday part 3. And on that day, the goal, halftime. It's halftime. All right. Thank you, Bamba. Always a pleasure to have you on the show. Always a pleasure.
All right, all the best.
All right. Yes, yes. Can we open the lines now? Can we open the lines?
Yes.
The gold, we are minting, we are mining, you understand? We're mining and minting gold. Gold number 11, gold number 11. So you have the roll call of all our gold medalists. So far, our guys are working right there on it, and we shall display it on the screen. I mean, can we go to the fans now? Can the fans join the show? It's a Super Sunday, like we said. We are doing well in Birmingham, and the spirit is high, but then how do we tap into this? It's not going to be a stopgap, just one event stopgap. After this one, what happens? How do we build on what we have started right from Oregon to Birmingham? When we're coming back to Lagos, to Abuja, going to Aba, going to Katsina, going to Kwale, going to every part of this country, what do we get from Dugbe in Ibadan? Who is running? Who is going to cross the hurdles? Bimbo said we have how many females? How many Nigerians are doing hurdles? So what will be the ripple effect of what Tobi Amusan had done? Why would the fear factor that Nigerians will have if we have 100 hurdlers every day running and all trying to beat themselves? The way it is like it's already the second nature of the Jamaicans. When you see Jamaican yellow and green and black, I mean, you are fearful. Whoever, when I look at the lineup and I see Jamaica, you are saying they are going to get there. When will it be? Nigeria. When Innocent Egbunike, Arab Moy said, this innocent is not innocent. When he shattered the 400 meters in Nairobi, Kenya at the All-Africa Games. And that is what we are talking about here. Okay, let's go back. Let's talk football. let's talk football.
Arsenal basically carried their preseason form, and then they won that game to go to Nairobi. They could have pulled one back for Crystal Palace, but Ramsdale pulled a very fantastic save to prevent him from then. Saka getting a second one, though, albeit through a deflection. Arsenal won that game by 2-0. We actually saw Chelsea again yesterday. Oh, Liverpool.
We
saw Liverpool.
Yes, against Fulham.
Against Fulham.
Yeah.
I think the game was all about Mitrovic. Although Newman, Darwin Núñez got his name on the score sheet, and of course Musala, the usual suspect. But it was all about Mitrovic on the day because he was very, very impressive at Craven Cottage, and we saw how he was able to dance around Virgil van Dijk at a point, even putting Jordan Henderson flat on his buttocks, you know. So that game ended 2-2. Liverpool drawing their first game of the season, and then moving on, we later saw Chelsea take on Everton, I think at Goodison Park. It was a Jorginho penalty that separated both sides on the day. So we are looking forward to the games that will be played today. Although we are still hearing rumors in the transfer window that Chelsea are looking at getting a striker because there's a probability that Timo Werner will be moving to the Italian Serie A. So I think Barcelona have been contacted, reaching out for Aubameyang. Probably might be joining Chelsea before the transfer window. It's probably over. It's been a roller coaster basically. The first 2 days, the league is just starting. Everybody is in high spirit. You know, I'm looking forward to Manchester United, who are playing today. And
they will play today against Brighton.
Brighton and Hove Albion, and then we're seeing Manchester City as well. With Manchester United, well, Cristiano Ronaldo is back. Allegedly, some people call him the greatest of all time. I really can't blame them. But last season, we saw Manchester United drop to 6th position and not make it to the Champions League. And Cristiano Ronaldo looking for a move away from Old Trafford. Yeah. Probably wanting to continue his legacy of playing and scoring more goals in the Champions League. But
that's just it.
That was. I
mean, it's rivalry with Messi.
Lionel Messi, yes.
That let Messi not catch up with him.
Exactly.
I think basically that's why he said, "I want to play the Champions League."
You really cannot blame him because he's Mr. Champions League with 5 Champions League trophies and over about 140-something-ish goals. He scored in the competition. It's been all about Cristiano Ronaldo, you know, for about the past 10 years. But Man using ability to qualify for the Champions League and the fact that he still has 1 more year left on his contract, and it seemed like nobody was coming for him.
Yeah, that's what United said.
Yeah, it seemed like
nobody has asked for you. Instead, clubs are making statements to say we are not signing you.
Exactly. I know Atletico Madrid put out one, and they weren't going to let him go for free, you know, as a free agent. And you really cannot blame a couple of these clubs. He's a 37-year-old or 38-year-old football player who, yes, will give you goals, but he's not a long-term plan for anybody that's looking to plan long-term, you know. So hopefully he might get to start today under Erik ten Hag, who has said that it's not been about Cristiano Ronaldo, it's been about the entire team. We get to see Manchester United probably go back to their former glories and probably win something this season, hopefully. But with Manchester City, 4 out of 5 in the last 5 Premier League titles, 4 out of 5. They won 4 out of the last 5 Premier League titles they contested for, and they'll be starting. Yeah, Pep Guardiola. They'll be starting their own campaign Obviously, today we get to see them
against West Ham.
Exactly, and
they were going to London.
Yeah, it will be a difficult one for them. But then again, it's Pep Guardiola, it's Manchester City, expect them to overcome all the odds.
Yeah, it's Pep Guardiola. You remember in their loss to Liverpool at the charity, people were already criticizing Haaland.
Yeah, you really cannot
calling him
them.
Highland already. I mean, I don't say football fans. I think maybe some of those bloggers. You laugh. You know, you are following the history of a man from when he was in the youth stage, scoring 9 goals in the World Cup.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. We'll still be transiting because something. Yes. Okay. Let us go straight to Birmingham because we have Dari in the house. We have Dari in the house. Hello, Dari. Are you there? Are you there? Hello, Dari. How are you? Dari, are you with us? We are seeing you, but I mean it has to do with the audio and the video is clear, very clear. All right, let us see when we can talk with Dari, but we are seeing him. He's right there on standby, trying to join us to celebrate. He told me Tobi is running, and I will come out. Aha! Dari, how are you? How are you?
I'm cool. I'm celebrating here.
You are celebrating. I can see that you are celebrating. You told me. I mean, why you are just coming on now because you are waiting for Tobi to run, and Tobi has run and run again. Tobi has run 2 races. Just give us the. We are feeling it right there in the studio, but you are right there in Birmingham. What does it feel like when to two gold medals today?
We've just won 2 historic gold medals. This is the first relay medal by any women team in participation at the Commonwealth Games. It has never happened before that we win a 4x1 or even a 4x4 gold medal at the Commonwealth Games. So this is historic. Then for Tobi that won earlier, it was also historic somehow. Although she won 4 years ago, but she's the first woman, Nigerian woman, to defend a Commonwealth Games title. That's in track and field. And the second woman in Games history to defend a 100 meters hurdles title. So it is really, really historic. And this is not the first time we'll be winning 2 medals at the same Commonwealth Games. But if SM wins in the evening, then that will be the 3rd time that we'll be winning. And that is going to be very impressive for Nigeria. I'm sorry there is so much noise there. They are playing the national anthem of another country that just won a medal. So if you can hear me, the whole place is gone.
Yeah, we are hearing you. We are hearing you loud and clear. And then forget the noise that we're coming in. It is part of it. It's part of the package. You are right there at the stadium, so we don't expect you to have a noise free. Put us through. First of all, before go on.
Unfortunately, I cannot hear you. But let me just say this so that maybe next time we can talk better.
All right.
We called our best performance ever in terms of gold medals won. Remember, in 1994, we won 11 gold medals. In 2010, we won 11 gold medals. In 2014, we won 11 gold medals. We have also recorded our best performance in track and field ever with 3 gold medals. So we are hoping by the time SA jumps in the evening, it will be 4, and that will be unprecedented in Commonwealth Games history for Nigeria to win 4 gold medals in track and field alone, and 12 gold medals overall if Tobi wins. So that means this will be our best ever performance in Commonwealth Games history. But SA hasn't jumped yet, so we are praying for her to win. And there's also the other lady in the boxing that is also in the final. So who knows? We might come back with 13 or 14 gold medals, and that will be unprecedented. I can't hear you, but I think I will need to give you that bit of information because there's so much noise. There's so much.
Okay. All right, no problem. Since you can't hear me better, you are loud and clear to us. In the Nigerians are watching you all over the world via this channel. And then I know your mind is sugar plantation. Since you are celebrating, we are celebrating here also in the studio. I will come. Yes, we want to go on a break now. So when we come back, we surely have to see if anyhow we have to open the lines so that we can hear your voices and you can join this celebration and the way forward for Nigerian athletics and sport in general. Stay with us. It is Channel Sport on Sunday. Yes, it is important. In the final, that you play your best and you give the best that you can. Danny Medvedev, the guy missed out at the Wimbledon just because of, yes, you understand that the Russians and the Belarusians at least were asked not to go over there. All right, okay. You can join us right now. I'm feeling high, I'm happy, nothing, whatever. I hope that also where you are, the adrenaline is flowing, that you're getting happy. But then I'm with somebody in the studio, and then we're talking. I want to talk just one transfer. It's talk about Cristiano Ronaldo, just one transfer is what I want to talk about. So when you call, let us talk about Tobi Amusan. Let's talk about this. Let us talk favor of Philly. Before I go to him, I got this that it was Nigeria, England, and Jamaica in 4x1. Nigeria gold, England silver, and Jamaica third. That the second bend by favor. It was fire. I mean, this is reported speech anyway, but that is what they told me. That's I'm telling you guys. He did, she did it. Tobi Amusan ran the first leg, favor ran the second. That is why it said she did it for us. Rosemary Chukwuma and Grace Nkwocha and people that that is the four. That before Hera, Ellen Thompson Hera could come in, we have already done the job. So that you keep that image in your head. Hello, Owo, how are you?
Oh, you are welcome. I'm very happy. I'm so, as compared to Nigerians, I really, in fact, happy for these ladies, the way they are performing. And you ask your guests, what is happened to the men? You can't answer you, I don't know.
the men, at least they got bronze, but it's like they are not as good as they've not been performing well as the female have been performing. Basically, I think that is it.
Congratulations to Nigerians. Congratulations to those ladies there for making Nigerians proud. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Thank you.
Match about Chelsea. Chelsea have started. I don't think Chelsea still needs striker. They need striker. And I believe that this time around.
Everybody don't want, all the players according to Tuchel say they don't want the number 9 shirt. So who is going to score for you?
You personal. Ranger International. Yeah, Man U too, they are going to that position of Ranger International in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You can't get me. The players are saying we don't want jersey number 9. You don't want it. In fact, I think I think it was only even Tammy Abraham that even did well with that jersey number 9. But the rest will say they don't want it. They don't want it. Chelsea should go and hang that jersey. Okay. I want to talk about just one transfer. It's about Barcelona. And to me, I think that is the perfect way on how not to run the club. Onigbe is a club. When you say Onigbe is a club. Okay. Now, La Liga is telling them, before you can, you see, they will go out, everybody wants to sign player, they'll go and pick the player. How can you sign player that you cannot register? And before you register, okay, somebody has to go. Now that De Jong has to go, or somebody has to go before they can have. The other time, Messi left before they had a breathing space to have enough to sign players. Right now, they're acquiring players left and center that they cannot sign. He will give us the answer. He's here.
It's not just about Messi leaving. First of all, we need to understand how they got to this position in the first place.
Yes, how?
We know what happened with the former board, the Sandro Rosell-led board, and Rosell at a point had to go to jail because of some financial misgivings within the club. And Bartomeu, who was his vice, took over and ended up running for re-election again and still retaining his position as the president of the club. Now, within that time, Neymar was sold for 222 million to PSG, and from there, the transfer madness started. Barcelona purchased Felipe Coutinho for an absurd amount, Ousmane Dembele for an absurd amount, and Antoine Griezmann for another absurd amount. It wasn't just those players. There were other players that even came in as well, not crazy money, if you want to put it that way, but they were very high salaries. Now, let's just do it like this. Imagine having a salary cap of, let's say, 500 million, and then about 3 players already earning 150 million, and you're going to have to register about, let's say, 30 players. What happens to the rest of the squad? That was what was going on under Bartomeu's board, and Bartomeu had to step down because there was a vote of no confidence that was actually signed by other board members, that brought in the former president, Juan Laporta, who I think was Barcelona's most successful president, you know, and he came back into the club. And at that point, by the time they analyzed the situation of the club financially, they discovered that if the club continued paying the kind of salaries they were paying, the institution known as FC Barcelona would basically cease to exist. So they had to take drastic measures that involved letting perhaps the greatest player of all time, and Barcelona's greatest player of all time, as Lionel Messi, leave the club. Griezmann literally had to go out on loan. Coutinho went out on loan and then were eventually sold for 20 million. I think Barca took a loss of about 150 million on selling Coutinho for 20 million to, you know, and to Aston Villa. Ousmane Dembele had to cut down on his wages. Several players had to cut down on their wages for them, and a lot of players that are earning very high wages at the club are not even playing football. Like Samuel Umtiti was on loan out last season. Miralem Pjanic was on loan out last season. What's his name again? Dembele had serious injury crisis.
Okay, let's take Timmy. Hello, Timmy.
He's calling from Lagos, yeah.
Hello, Timmy. How are you? Timmy, are you there?
Yes.
All right.
Good afternoon, guys. How are you?
Fine. We're fine.
Okay. Happy Sunday to you guys. And,
happy Sunday.
Yes, so we're in good celebration mode, especially and good response to the Johnsons, Magic Johnson and Michael Johnson, who were doubting the prowess of Tobi.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Tobi did it again, and the timing that she came out with is a top 9 ever timing. 12.29 is like the 9th best ever, which 2 weeks ago. So Eugene was not a fluke. And to make it even more interesting, she also supported the other 3 ladies in coming out with another gold in the 4x1. So fantastic from the girls. But you guys, as all the other guys, should be ashamed that the girls are the ones.
Timmy, why are you doing this to me? Why? Just look at what you did. That is below the belt. No problem. Go ahead.
So we are very happy. We are very, very happy. Good one. But yes. But one more thing,
Yeah.
Nigeria, we are coming to our turf. They are coming to the 400, the 200, the 100. They are going to the field events also. Okay. So there has to be an emergency on athletics in Nigeria. Before you know it, so nice one.
All right, thank you.
Enjoy your weekend, guys.
All right, enjoy your weekend too. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So again, basically, for Barca to be able to sign all these players now for a club that has no money, they had to activate what the media have now termed economic levers by selling some part of the club's assets. And it was actually agreed by the board that they could sell to the tune of 49.9% of the assets so that they could raise money to at least keep the club.
They are selling 50%
not 50 of 49.9.
49.9.
Yes. Now, what
0.1 to
at least
to half their assets. They are selling their assets, half of the assets of the club.
It will be the first time that a club will be selling their TV rights.
Okay.
Now, Barca sold to an investment company. I think they sold they first sold I think 15%, and then they sold 10% to basically raise money to. In fact, there was news going around. I think the owner of Leeds United complained about the fact that they preferred Chelsea's offer for Rafinha to Barca's one, but obviously the player agreed to go to Barca, all of that. So they're waiting until September 2nd. Barca are unable to pay, and they will come out public, and
collect their player back.
They really cannot collect the player back, but they can actually take up action against Barcelona. But if Juan Laporta has said something, he said he doesn't take risk. He takes calculated gambles. That's how he puts it.
Okay.
And he's very sure that the action they're currently taking will move the club from this point to a higher point. So let's see. We're only hoping for positives.
All right, let's take Mike. Hello, Mike. How are you?
From Calabar.
Mike, how are you?
Fine. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you.
Go on.
How are you today?
We're enjoying ourselves.
I really enjoyed the program.
Thank you.
Kudos to you guys in the studio.
Thank you.
A big congratulations to Nigerian athletes. They are making us proud.
Yeah.
They're making us proud. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. In fact, for the world, for them to make it up to you, man, a very big credit to Nigerians, honestly. There is one competition I just want to bring up. We have so many hidden talent in Nigeria, so many hidden talents, which we are yet to discover them, fairly speaking. I'm from a essentially better days in Calabar. About 4 good female athletes. They are good, very good. So what I would like the Nigerian Federation in terms of athletics is just to go around state by state, maybe hold like a competition and discover those talents and then nurture them. In events like this, you see them. The same thing can be done in football too as well. I'm so happy for the Nigerian athletes who are making us proud, raising Nigerian flag very high. In fact, when I see Nigerian flag, being pulled very high, oh my God, my heart is broken, honestly, because it's a long time we have seen that happen. Kudos to Nigerian athletes out there. May God
Amen.
Keep flying for Nigerians out there. So proud. Kudos to you guys in studio for bringing up the goal for me.
Thank you very much, Mike. Thank you very, very much. They make us proud. When they raise the Nigerian flag higher, and when the anthem is being sung, when the Nigerian anthem is being sung, I sing along. No matter where, I stand still and I sing along. I said, yes, this is my country. This is Nigeria. I tell you. Let's look at it this way. I mean, so in other words, before you guys are going to, before Barcelona will sign, register. Okay, they have signed the players.
Funny enough, there's
but is there a possibility of them not registering those players?
Yes, there's a very
so they will just sign them and pay their salary, and they will not register them for the league.
I don't really think I don't think that will happen, because I think
because he said he takes calculated gamble.
Even with La Liga making that announcement, that was well spread everywhere. Barca are still on the verge of signing Marcos Alonso from Chelsea, and then they started talks with Manchester City to sign Bernardo Silva.
Yes, well. I heard that. I think Pep made allusion to that when they said if a player wants to go, there is nothing you can do about it.
To hold him back. Exactly. So even with the fact that the La Liga have been saying all of this, Barcelona are still signing players, and we know how strict it can be in the La Liga. I don't think it will be issue.
Anyway, guys, I think I don't know. I want to ask you guys a little favor. Maybe somebody should write a book on how to run a club when you are bankrupt. I mean, because they've not declared officially bankrupt, but Barcelona.
You can't be bankrupt and be the highest spenders.
The highest spenders. Frankie de Jong about 17 million. For goodness sake.
No, but see, Ken, there's no.
You are owing your own player about 17 million.
There's no crime in owing, as long as you know you can pay. Frankie is still there. He hasn't initiated any action against the club. Let him initiate first of all. They will begin to complain.
All right, can we let us just take the we didn't talk Nigerian politics today, because I mean this board still has between now and September 20th before the vacate, and then we don't know what is going to happen. There is the directive from the presidency through the Ministry of Sport to saying, look, the elections must take place. We've not a committee was put in place to look at how they can get fix, that the statute which has been the bone of contention, why some members of the players went to Yenegua to sue the FA and say you can't hold your AGA. I think that suit has been vacated, but then we're here to get a pronouncement from the courts or so. So those things are still there to have a clear understanding of whether that case is over. But then the new composition of the AGA is what we're looking about here. How many members will now constitute the General Assembly of the NFA? Because right now President Buhari has not signed into law the NFF Act. It is still officially the Nigerian Football Association. It is not the Nigerian Football Federation for now until it is signed. So we see them as NFA or NFA Alliance, NFF, whatever. Any of them, they will answer. You just put the NF. The next one will take over there. But that is the issue now. Is are we going to have? We saw some figures being bandied, but if they are not official, we don't use them here. Yeah. For now, what they have is the same 44 members, 37 members from the state F, 36 state and federal capital territory FA chairman who constitute that, and the other 7 members coming from the players, the coaches, and then the league and the rest of them all. Yeah. So that is what we have, but we're saying that is an imbalance, and that is the imbalance is where the president has directed that they should go there so they let equity and fairness and justice reign so that equal representation or a fair representation will come. Even if it is not equal, there has to be that fair. Seem to be fair for everybody to have their voices to be heard. And that is the thing. We have been hearing rumbles. Some new FA chairman has started emerging in certain states. We'll keep you informed. Don't worry. We'll keep you informed how it is going. But then sometimes we don't want to get involved in their politics. We want to look at how sports grow in this country, which is what we do on this show and every other show on television. Is how we make our contributions in getting that done. So can we get the results of the league? Like you said, the usual suspects. We just talking about England, where in the EPL, Manchester City in the last, but these are the results. Yeah. You can take that.
Yeah, but losing at home to Chelsea by 1-0. Fulham playing a 2-2 draw with Liverpool. Tottenham Hotspur defeating Southampton by 4-1. Ben Bournemouth defeating Aston Villa by 2-0. I saw Aston Villa while they were on pre-season, where they were blowing smoke into the players and all of that.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if the smoke can do something. Then Leeds defeated Wolverhampton Wanderers by 2-1.
Yeah. And Newcastle did not very rich.
Yes.
Why didn't you guys give us the Arsenal result? They played first of. Arsenal actually won 0-2 against Crystal Palace. Remember last season it was 2-2 in the first match, and the second match Crystal Palace beat them away by 3-0. Yeah. But they are. I mean, this season they're saying we are back. Yeah. How good is the Arsenal team?
Arsenal team. I'll say fair. If we looked at their preseason form and the way they started, I would say fair. But I'm looking at their bench and I'm still not convinced. So over the course of the season, we'll still get to find out. Of course, this was in the French League on. PSG defeating Clermont Foot by 5-0 away from home. Monaco defeating Strasbourg by 2-1.
Can you use that to round up?
Lionel Messi. The GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
He is the GOAT.
All right. He's Lionel Messi is the GOAT. So I'm telling Cristiano Ronaldo is the GOAT. We have a lot of GOATs, but then let it be the GOAT as in ... before the AT. I'm Kenneth Chinogo. I'm in a celebrating mood. I hope I will bring celebrations to your home. We'll be back next week. Until then, I'm Kenneth Chinogo. Have a blessed Sunday. We'll drop the pen.